We simply look away. I won't. I'm looking dead into the heart of the king.
Social media quarterback.
Social media quarterback.
I want to hear it from you, David Hellman, who probably wrote an article about Herbert this morning that I will not read.
This guy's got to stop. Emmanuel Acho is a made-for-TV personality. He's confident, smart, smooth, well-versed. And the first time I saw him on TV, I thought, hey, I remember this guy. Yeah, he played linebacker for the Bears and Cardinals for about a decade. No, he didn't. Now, that was his brother Sam Acho. So at this point, I realized I have no idea who this clown is. Emmanuel Acho played linebacker for 2 years with the Eagles. So I guess they really will just put anybody on TV these days. But Emmanuel Acho is intelligent. I know this because I've watched him break down film. Too bad that high football IQ didn't lend itself to on-field success. That's neither here nor there. Now, Emmanuel Acho is very good at what he does. He's an excellent TV analyst. But one thing that he does that he has got to stop is the never-ending Justin Herbert slander. Emmanuel Acho just can't keep Justin Herbert's name out of his mouth. And I don't know why he has this personal vendetta against Justin Herbert. I don't know if he grabbed his girl's phone one day and saw Justin Herbert as her screensaver instead of him. I don't know what's going on with him. But taking every opportunity he has to bash Herbert, it's got to stop. Especially since Herbert doesn't even have that many weaknesses in his game. It boggles my mind how you can come after such a good quarterback so relentlessly. Now, this was Emmanuel Acho talking about Herbert after the Chargers' Week 11 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs.
You see the list of the names of quarterbacks through 30 starts through the first 3 seasons that made the playoffs. Guys like Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, they've done that. But now look at the quarterbacks that have missed the playoffs. This is what's most telling. Blake Bortles, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston. Ryan Tannehill's the best name on that list. Justin Herbert. That's not a good list to be on. The game was amazing. Patrick Mahomes was amazing. Justin Herbert made great plays. But it's time we call it what it is. And Justin Herbert, what it is you losing once again. Had to get that off my chest, Shade. I had to. Was it a good Chiefs win or a bad Herbert loss?
And that's a slippery slope if I've ever heard one. So either one team played incredibly well or one player played really bad. Either they won it as a team or Herbert lost it on his own, is solely responsible for the loss. Now, that bullshit aside, Herbert and Mahomes both posted passer ratings of over 110 in this game. Herbert, with his team trailing 23-20 in the fourth quarter, led his offense downfield on a 10-play, 64-yard drive to score a go-ahead touchdown. The Chargers go up 27-23 with 1 minute 46 seconds left in the game. He did his part. He did his job. He rallied the troops. He led the team downfield. He scored. He did his job. And what happened? The defense let him down. Defense couldn't stop Travis Kelce when it mattered. The Chiefs get the ball back. They drive down. They score a go-ahead touchdown. Then the Chargers get the ball back. Herbert, now with added pressure, now with less time, now with more of a sense of urgency to try and make something happen, throws an interception. Now, that's a costly mistake in crunch time, but let's not act like Herbert didn't put his team in position to win and then his team let him down and he had to play hero again. They wanted him to play hero for a second time. What do you expect Justin Herbert to do? First of all, Justin Herbert is not Sammy Ball. You want him to go out there, score the game-winning touchdown, and then you want him to what? Lock up the most uncoverable man in the NFL in Travis Kelce? Was he on defense trying to cover Travis Kelce? No. The defense could not stop Travis Kelce. That's not Herbert's fault. Herbert scored a touchdown. Defense gave up a touchdown. If anything, the Chargers defense lost this game, not Herbert. But aside from that, you expect Herbert to be able to match Patrick Mahomes blow for blow, touchdown for touchdown for touchdown. This isn't the 2021 divisional round, okay? There's only one quarterback in the NFL that's capable of going blow for blow for blow for blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes, and that's Josh Allen. So what? Either Justin Herbert has to either be one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the entire league, or everything's his fault, and he's a loser. And shame on him. I just don't understand the logic in this argument. And also, like, the Chargers head coach Brandon Staley made some very questionable decisions, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can listen to LaShawn Shady McCoy, as he'll tell you exactly that.
So they scored with 1 minute and 46 seconds left, right?
Yes.
I was thinking, watching the game, why didn't they drain the clock? Right? They had it. They had a possession of the ball, first down, like first to goal. Why'd they drain the clock a little bit? Because you know that you got injury and you got Patrick Mahomes. I didn't like that part of the game, but I'll say this. What you want him to do, though? Right? He go down there and score with 1 minute something left, okay? Hear me out for a second.
I'm here.
And then when they get the ball back, you show them clips.
Yep.
It's Chris Jones all in his face.
7-man protection.
What do you want him to do, though?
7-man
I don't
protection.
care what the
Don't take a sack. Can you carry timeouts from one game to the next?
No, you cannot.
Okay, so they finished the game with 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley is not like a to-go meal, big dog. You can't put it in the fridge and eat it later. The timeouts.
So give him some of that.
No, because Herbert's on the field.
Let me get this straight. You agree that clock management was terrible on the coach's part, that he shouldn't have been holding on to the timeouts, but yet you still want to put it all on the quarterback. Like, oh, I don't care how badly this offense has been coached. It's still Herbert is the one on the field. Yeah, he's the one on the field with the marching orders doing what he's told. I still don't see how you can just continue to deflect all blame to Justin Herbert. I mean, he's out there doing his best, but this is what Emmanuel Acho said that really made waves. The quote and label that he has put on Justin Herbert that has really stuck, and that's when Emmanuel Acho called Justin Herbert a social media quarterback.
I want to hear from you, David Hellman, who probably wrote an article about Herbert this morning that I will not read.
That's rude. Yeah,
I don't
come on,
care.
man. Give me the clip.
For your friend.
I just don't think the Chargers get treated like that because of a lack of fans, because of a lack of attention. Justin Herbert could change that. He hasn't done it yet, though.
Dave Hellman, FoxSports.com. Y'all read his article because I will not be reading his Justin Herbert article. But I will say this. Justin Herbert is a social media quarterback. What do I mean? Justin Herbert makes throws that can go viral on social media in this day and age. Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, Twitter clips. He makes social media throws. And on social media, they don't show you interceptions. That's not fun. People aren't going to retweet a pick. People aren't going to retweet a bad sack. People aren't going to retweet a bad decision. But that is who Justin Herbert is, a social media quarterback. We always look for Justin Herbert to succeed. But had Tua made the mistake to throw a pick in the end of the game with 2 timeouts remaining, he'd be crushed, like Joy said. Had Jalen Hurts thrown a pick with 2 timeouts remaining at the end of the game, he would be crushed. But for whatever reason, our beloved Justin Herbert, he does it, and we simply look away. I won't. I'm looking dead into the heart of the camera.
Now, Emmanuel Acho loves Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins quarterback, and as much as he tears down Justin Herbert, he builds up Tua just as much. Part of that stems from this debate that came from the 2020 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins selected Tua with the 5th overall pick. After him, the Chargers selected Justin Herbert. A lot of people believed after their first couple seasons in the league that the Dolphins made a mistake and that they should have taken Herbert with the 5th pick and not Tua. Acho is one of the people that just raises Tua every chance he gets. Oh, he's so accurate with the football. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got such a beautiful throwing motion. And yet you think Justin Herbert is nothing but smokes and mirrors and Instagram filters. Now on Twitter, I said that Emmanuel Acho cracks me up for calling Herbert a social media quarterback. And I posed the question, if anybody could even name the position he played or what team he played for, or how many years he played. Does anybody remember Emmanuel Acho, the player? We just know him from being on TV, talking on shows like Speak. And Herbert is one of the best quarterbacks of this generation. Now, I won't go as far as to say that Justin Herbert is a generational talent because we've been playing very fast and loose with that term lately. But Justin Herbert is one of only 3 quarterbacks in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards in only his second season in the NFL. Who are the other 2? Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes. 2 bona fide legends, 2 bona fide Hall of Famers. I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame this offseason. And what did I see at the Pro Football Hall of Fame? I saw a Justin Herbert jersey hanging in the Hall of Fame on display. Why is that? Maybe because Justin Herbert threw for more yards, touchdowns, and completions than any rookie quarterback in NFL history. Maybe it's because Justin Herbert was the first quarterback to ever throw for 30 touchdown passes in each of his first 2 seasons in the NFL. But he's just smoking mirrors and Instagram filters, right? He just throws a pretty ball on camera, right? He's nothing but a walking highlight reel with no results, right? The Chargers' social media team has been taking shots at Emmanuel Acho, and Acho said, "I already have a house in LA, but I see I live here rent-free." Well, if you mean rent-free in the minds of Herbert's fans, then you're probably right about that. But if you think for a second that you take up any space in Justin Herbert's mind, you are sorely mistaken. This is not Justin Herbert retaliating. This is the social media team of the franchise sticking up for their franchise quarterback. I can guarantee Herbert does not care what Emmanuel Acho thinks. But the fans do. And they've had some very hilarious responses to this post. One of them saying that Acho only played 2 years in the league, 20 games, started 6, but somehow an analyst we should listen to, dude's a clown. Rather funny. This one says, "Why is the NFL running ads where your stats should be?" The hilarious screenshot right there. Then, kind of like how Herbert lives rent-free in your head and you say anything to discredit him. That might be my favorite comment out of all of them because it's true. Herbert lives rent-free in Acho's head. If anyone lives rent-free in anyone's head, Herbert lives rent-free in your head, Mr. Acho. Now, as I said, Acho loves Tua. And for as much effort and energy as he puts into tearing down Justin Herbert, he puts that same energy into praising Tua Tagovailoa. His Twitter feed is almost all anti-Herbert, pro-Tua. And some of them are kind of funny. "I won't stop until all Tua haters are eviscerated." That seems a bit extreme, Mr. Acho.
Now let's take a look at this clip. We got 36. Money down. Tua, you on the far hash. Don't you try to do this, Tua. Don't you try to throw a field out from the far hash, Tua. Don't you try to throw a field out from the far hash. If that ball is not perfect, it is a pick 6. But it's Tua. So it's perfect. Tua Tagovailoa is better than Justin Herbert. Simple. Tua has 17 wins and 9 losses in his career. Justin Herbert, 19 wins and 20 losses. He's a losing quarterback. Tua has 2 less wins than Justin Herbert in 13 less games. Tua has a 6 passing touchdown game. Justin Herbert, he ain't never done that. Tua has a 400-yard game. Justin Herbert, he ain't never thrown for 400 yards. Justin Herbert has more games with a pick 6 than he has games with 4 passing touchdowns. Tua is 4-0 versus Bill Belichick. No quarterback has started their career 4 wins with no losses versus Belichick besides John Elway.
Now, I'm not anti-Tua. Coming out of college, I thought Tua had huge potential, but I questioned whether or not he would be successful in the NFL because I didn't know if he would be able to stay healthy. Justin Herbert, being 6'6", the tallest quarterback in the NFL, has not had as much of a problem staying healthy as Tua Tagovailoa has. But Herbert has not had as much help as Tua Tagovailoa has. Let's keep in mind, Tua's having a great year, but Tua has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to throw the ball to. That's the best 1-2 combination in the NFL. Justin Herbert has Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, two very good receivers. Keenan Allen is a perennial Pro Bowler, and Mike Williams is a solid number 2 wide receiver, but they've been injured. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have only played a total of, I believe, 6 snaps together at the same time. There's only been 6 plays this year in which Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were on the field at the same time. Herbert has been playing without his best weapons. Herbert also has a defensive-minded head coach. Tua Tagovailoa, his first 2 years in the league, was playing with Brian Flores as a head coach. Flores was a defensive-minded coach. Tua did not flourish in Brian Flores' offense. He did not flourish in the Brian Flores regime. But you get Mike McDaniel in there from the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Mike McDaniel is an offensive genius, and he has unlocked Tua Tagovailoa's potential. He schemes his receivers open. Tua can throw the receivers open. The receivers have the speed to get open on their own. I mean, it's just an offense being run by a mad scientist. Mike McDaniel is a mad scientist, and Tua is reaping the benefits. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, he is playing for Brandon Staley, who is a defensive-minded head coach, just like Brian Flores was. So Herbert, playing under a defensive-minded coach in Brandon Staley's aggressive, analytic-based system, has been able to outperform Tua when he was in a defensive coaching regime. But Emmanuel Acho doesn't want to talk about that. Emmanuel Acho doesn't want to talk about the coaches. No. Emmanuel Acho doesn't want to talk about the other players in that offense, the receivers, and how banged up the Chargers have been. No. Honestly, at this point, I'm just starting to question if Acho has something against tall white guys, because that's what it sounds like. Honestly, that's just what it sounds like. But if you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.